We now have over 120 years of automotive history to enjoy, including some notably unattractive cars, which naturally makes it increasingly difficult for new models to crack the top 100 list. More than 40 years have passed since Autocar last released this chart, and during this period, several dozen new designs have been introduced. As always, only a few have impressed enough to earn a spot on this list, replacing other models. This rarity is expected. True gems are seldom found. However, there are some new entries, including a hatchback and a hypercar, which means some models have been removed. Additionally, you'll notice changes in the rankings of cars that have remained on the list since 2017. We note the year each car was first introduced and, whenever possible, use our exclusive photography. Get ready to feast your eyes. Number 100. BAC Mono Down 2011. This is the minimalist design of a 21st century single-seat roadster. It has minimal bodywork, but what it does have becomes increasingly captivating the longer you look at it. Number 99. Rolls-Royce Boattail New Entry. The coach-built Boattail stands out with its sensuous dignity, luxuriant grace, and striking nautical details. The three individuals purchasing one have significantly contributed to its unique essence. A double refrigerator stores the client's favorite vintages of Armand de Brignac champagne, quickly cooling the bottles to the optimal serving temperature of 6 degrees. The vehicle also features dual-sided timepieces, one for the lady and one for the gentleman, which can be worn or placed within the fascia as car clocks. Creating these timepieces required a collaboration between Rolls-Royce and Bovet 1822 that spanned over 3 years. Number 98. Bentley Blower 1927. In the 1930s, this was the ultimate supercar. Its sheer size, nearly exposed wheels, large grille, and prominent supercharger all hinted at its power. The Bentley 4.5-litre, a British car, was built on a rolling chassis by Bentley Motors. Walter Owen Bentley upgraded the earlier Bentley 3-litre by increasing its engine displacement to 4.4 litres, creating a more powerful car. The racing version, known as the Blower Bentley, became particularly famous. Bentley owners often use their cars for personal transport, commissioning various body styles, mostly saloons or tourers, for their new chassis. The publicity from Bentley's competition program significantly boosted the brand's market appeal. During this era, leading car manufacturers like Bugatti and Lorraine Dietrich designed cars specifically for the 24 Hours of Le Mans, a recently established and highly popular automotive endurance race. Winning this competition quickly elevated a car maker's reputation. Number 97. Porsche 904 GTS 1964. This racer required road car production for homologation, with a minimum of 100 units needed. Porsche built 106 and could have sold even more. The car was both beautiful and delicate, marking the genesis of the mighty 917. Although its debut at Sebring in 1964 was inauspicious due to clutch trouble, a 4-cylinder 904 achieved an astounding overall victory at the Targa Florio. It continued to excel with a third-place finish at the Nürburgring and a flawless performance at Le Mans, where all 5 starters finished in the top 12 overall, outperforming many more powerful cars. The 904s demonstrated remarkable durability, almost always finishing races. Notably, at Reims in 1964, a customer car, driven directly from Stuttgart to the track, won without requiring any spare parts. In 1964, the 904 secured a 1-2 finish at the Targa Florio and class wins at Spa, Sebring, Nürburgring, Le Mans, Watkins Glen, Zandvoort, Canada, and the Paris 1000 km. They also claimed SCCA's C production and e-sports racing titles. The 904s also excelled in rally events, winning the Tulip, Munich, Vienna, Budapest, Geneva, and the highly acclaimed Alpine Rally. Number 96. Porsche 917 Road Car 1975. Another Le Mans winner and one of the most awe-inspiring cars to grace the Sarthe circuit, it was never intended for road use. However, with its sensational looks and speed, the project became irresistible. In 1987, the Shandon family sold the car to Floridian Porsche collector Mike Amalfitano. The sympathetic recommissioning of the car was entrusted to Bill Bradley Racing, a restoration shop run by German-domiciled Briton Bill Bradley, who had raced privateer prototype Porsches in the 1960s. Bradley's loyal lieutenant, Paddy O'Grady, a former Porsche works mechanic, restored the car's chassis, noting several stress cracks and traces of Gulf orange overspray. The engine was rebuilt to 5.4 liters by former factory 917 engine builder Gustav Nietzsche and tested on the Porsche race department dyno, producing 628 horsepower. Number 95. Maserati Ghibli 1971. Few designers can match Giorgetto Giugiaro in creating stunning coupes. The elegant V8 Ghibli is one of the finest examples from Giugiaro's incredible collection of fastbacks. The Ghibli featured a tubular frame with a spot-welded body. The front suspension employed a double wishbone setup, coaxial dampers, coiled springs, and an anti-roll bar. The rear had a live axle with semi-elliptic springs, a single longitudinal torque arm, hydraulic dampers, and an anti-roll bar. Standard equipment included magnesium wheels initially paired with Pirelli Cinturato 200 and 5 VR15 tires, CN72, until 1972, when they switched to 215/70 VR15 Pirelli Cinturato CN12 tires. Optional Borrani wire wheels were also available. The car's fuel consumption was high, even for its class, but Maserati addressed this by equipping it with two independent 50 liters, 13.2 US gal, 11.0 imp gal fuel tanks, which could be filled via flaps on either side of the roof pillars. Number 94. Jaguar XK-SS 1957. The XK-SS is a limited edition, road-going variant of the D-Type, designed with enhancements for comfort and safety. It features a larger windscreen, a folding soft top, a passenger side door, a luggage grid, and additional luxury trim. After Jaguar withdrew from racing at the end of the 1956 season, several completed and partially completed D-types remained unsold at the Browns Lane factory. To recover some of the investment and tap into the lucrative American market for high-performance European sports cars, Sir William Lyons decided to convert some of these chassis for road use. The modifications to the basic D-type structure were minimal. A passenger side door was added, the large fin behind the driver's seat was removed, and the divider between the driver and passenger seats was eliminated. Number 93. Ferrari Monza 2018. The Ferrari Monza, a limited edition model designed to evoke the spirit of Ferrari road races from the late 50s and early 60s, delivers on that promise with its sleek, carbon fiber buckheader body and contemporary 812 superfast performance. Unveiled during Ferrari's Capital Markets Day at their Maranello factory, the Monza SP1 and SP2 mark the launch of the new Icona series. These special edition cars pay homage to Ferrari's most iconic racing buckheaders, including the 1948 166mm, the 750 Monza, and the 860 Monza, while incorporating the latest advancements in sports car technology. The Monza SP1 is a single-seat road car, offering a distinctive and solitary driving experience. In contrast, the Monza SP2 features a second seat, thanks to the removal of the tonneau cover and the addition of a second protective screen and roll bar, allowing a passenger to share in the exhilarating driving experience. Number 92. Alpine A110. The new Alpine A110 perfectly merges the classic charm of the A110 Berlinetta with contemporary design elements. Its sleek, athletic alloy bodywork not only exudes elegance, but also entices you to get behind the wheel. Drawing inspiration from the legendary Berlinette, the A110 integrates modern aerodynamic features to deliver an immediate visual impact. Weighing just 1,102 kilograms, the A110 boasts an exceptional power-to-weight ratio. Every detail has been optimized for lightness, from the choice of materials to the design of accessories, seats, and wheels. The A110's double wishbone suspension offers a blend of agility and comfort, even on uneven surfaces. It is equipped with 320mm ventilated brake discs at both the front and rear, paired with Brembo calipers. This advanced braking system ensures impressive performance, whether on the track or navigating winding mountain roads. Number 91. Alfa Romeo 1750 GTV. The sleek, flowing waistline of this coupe recently inspired the newly unveiled Alfa Romeo Tonale SUV. Giorgetto Giugiaro designed the basic body shape for all models while working with Bertone, marking one of his early major projects there. This design drew heavily from his previous work on the Alfa Romeo 2000 Sprint and 2600 Sprint. The innovative balance of glass and metal, the influence of front and rear glass shapes on the cabin design, and the flat grille with integrated headlamps were pioneering features for their time. A limited edition convertible, known as the Giulia Sprint GTC, was produced in a run of 1,000 units. This version, modified from the standard car by Touring of Milan, was available as a catalog model from Alfa Romeo. Number 90. Audi R8 2007. Audi introduced a unique design to the supercar genre with the original R8, incorporating elements from the TT and distinctive cider blades that enhanced its allure. While the second generation maintains this design theme, it presents a more subdued version of the original's striking style. Number 89. Ferrari 250 LM 1963. Ferrari ventured into mid-engine design several years before Lamborghini, producing just 32 of the exquisite 250 LMs before temporarily abandoning the format. Although the 250 LM was excluded from its intended racing category, it nearly clinched victory at Le Mans. This car combines power and elegance, boasting a formidable 320 horsepower from its 3.3-liter V12 engine. Even decades later, the 250 LM continues to thunder down the road with impressive force. When it debuted in 1964, the 250 LM commanded a significant price, a figure that has only appreciated over time. Today, if you manage to find one for sale, expect to pay in the multi-million-dollar range. However, the high price tag is justified by its iconic status, unique design, limited production, and its role as the successor to the successful 250 GTO. Dive into this review of the Ferrari 250 LM to discover more about this remarkable car. Number 88. TVR T350. The TVRs from the Peter Wheeler era were famously bold, showcasing audacious design details that often put their competitors to shame. They were also known for their raw beauty. Introduced 2 years after the Tamara, which served as its basis, the T350 is celebrated for its exceptional handling and performance. This is thanks to its TVR Speed 6 engine, paired with a well-designed chassis that features a low curb weight and a low center of gravity. The straight 6 engine generates 350 bp and 290 pound-feet of torque, allowing the T350 to accelerate from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 4.4 seconds and achieve a top speed of 175 miles per hour. The T350T, a Targa variant, was introduced shortly after. It features removable carbon fiber roof panels that offer an open-air driving experience while minimizing buffeting to near zero. Number 87. Morgan 3-Wheeler 2012. This is a unique kind of automotive allure, and it's not just due to the wheel configuration. The vintage engineering and meticulous detailing give this upturned tub of a car an irresistibly functional beauty. Despite its compact size, the 3-wheeler is surprisingly comfortable, especially considering you're seated almost directly above the rear wheel. Its chassis features independent wishbone suspension at the front and a single trailing arm at the rear, all mounted on a tubular steel space frame. The narrow tires and wide front track make it easy to induce understeer, while the single rear wheel limits traction, often causing the 3-wheeler to spin its tires up to third gear in slippery conditions. While this might sound like a recipe for handling issues, the 3-wheeler's quirks actually come together to provide a remarkably enjoyable driving experience. It's not overly intimidating, but it isn't as quick on the straights as a Caterham. Excessive speed can quickly push the front tires to their limits, and aggressive cornering may lead to oversteer. Instead, the Morgan 3-wheeler is best enjoyed when driven briskly, gliding through B-roads with the wind or rain in your hair. Number 86. Bugatti Type 55 Roadster 1932. Of the 8 Type 55s made, 23 were fitted with bodies by Joan Bugatti, including 16 of the distinctive doorless two-seater Roadsters. While the Roadster's open-air elegance is undeniable, its straight-cut gears produce a scream that somewhat diminishes the refinement. In the early 20th century, many top automakers, including Bugatti, leveraged their racing success to boost their road car profiles. The Type 55, introduced in 1932, was a clear link to Bugatti's motorsport achievements, being a direct descendant of the Type 51 race car and powered by a supercharged 2.3-liter dual overhead cam inline 8 engine. The 38 Type 55s typically featured sporty, often open-topped bodywork, underscoring their racing heritage. According to marque expert David Sewell, the Swiss Bugatti agent Bucar of Zurich ordered chassis 55,219 in the winter of 1932 for their client, Mr. Edmund Reifers, a notary from Luxembourg. Once completed in the spring, the unbodied chassis, equipped with a temporary seat, was delivered to the border just 160 kilometers from the factory. Number 85. Ford GT 2016. This is 21st century supercar drama at its finest. The Ford GT masterfully blends modern elements like a tapering cabin, flying buttresses, and high-mounted exhaust muzzles with a design that echoes the iconic 1964 Ford GT40. This is the essence of true innovation. Featuring 3.5 liters EcoBoost technology and cutting-edge aerodynamics, the Ford GT represents the pinnacle of Ford's engineering prowess. The teardrop shape, achieved through rigorous wind tunnel testing, along with its carbon fiber body and 660 horsepower 3.5 liters EcoBoost V6 engine, showcases the peak of technological advancement and innovation in our vehicle lineup. Number 84. Porsche Taycan 2019. Smooth, sleek, and unusually low-slung for a modern car, the Taycan makes the most of the low center of gravity provided by its battery pack. Its design resembles a Porsche for an electric era. Crafted by former Porsche exterior designer Mitja Borkert, the Taycan's exterior draws heavily from the Mission E concept, retaining most of its design elements except for the suicide doors and B-pillars. Notable features include a retractable rear spoiler and door handles. The Taycan combines the traditional short-nosed front proportions of classic Porsche models with the elongated proportions of modern front-engine designs towards the rear, linking its design to other Porsche vehicles. The front boasts 4-point LED daytime running lamps, while the rear features a short notchback-style boot lid with a full-width light band serving as taillights and turn signals. Additionally, there is a front trunk with a capacity of nearly 100 liters. The Taycan Turbo and Turbo S models come with carbon fiber trim and 20-inch wheels. Number 83. Bentley R-Type Continental. Regal-looking cars once graced Britain's roads regularly, but few were as graceful and supplely sporty as this magnificent Bentley, widely regarded as one of the finest it ever produced. The Bentley R-Type, manufactured from 1952 to 1955, succeeded the Mark VI, and was essentially a larger boot version of its predecessor. Some view the R-Type as a transitional model leading to the S-Series cars introduced in 1955. Like the Mark VI, the R-Type came with a standard body as well as coach-built versions by esteemed firms such as H.J. Molina & Co., Park Ward, Harold Radford, Freestone & Webb, and Carrosserie Woblaffen. The suspension featured independent front coil springs and semi-elliptic leaf springs at the rear. The braking system comprised 12.25-inch drums on all wheels, operated hydraulically at the front and mechanically at the rear via a gearbox-driven servo. Number 82. Range Rover Evoque 2011. The Land Rover Range Rover Evoque is a familiar sight, often making it easy to forget just how strikingly fresh its design was upon debut. Its fresh and highly attractive look led to the more refined follow-up maintaining much of the same design. Developed from the Land Rover LRX concept vehicle unveiled at the 2008 North American International Auto Show, the Evoque is a subcompact luxury crossover SUV produced by Jaguar Land Rover under the Land Rover marque. The first generation, produced from July 2011 to 2018, came in 3- and 5-door versions with both 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive. The second generation began production in 2018. The Evoque features a unibody construction with a curb weight of 1,670 kilograms, an aluminum bonnet and roof, and a composite one-piece tailgate. It offers 12 different body colors, 3 optional contrasting roof colors, and 5 optional wheel choices. The dynamic model stands out with more aggressive bodywork, including a distinctive front fascia and lowered suspension. Land Rover also offers a designer's choice of predetermined combinations for most models. Number 81. Chevrolet Corvette C3 1968. Its curves are so pronounced they verge on parody, but they don't cross the line. The body exudes muscle while maintaining a sense of subtlety with an arrowed nose, a camtail, and extractor vents. It's a triumph of US design. The Chevrolet Corvette, produced from 1967 to 1982, represents the third generation of the iconic sports car, covering model years 1968 to 1982. While the engines and chassis components were largely carried over from the previous generation, the C3 introduced a new body and interior. It set new sales records with 53,807 units produced in the 1979 model year. This generation marked the second use of the Stingray name, though now as a single word, from 1969 to 1976, before it was retired until the C7's release in 2014. The most expensive Corvette C3 ever sold was a 1969 L88 lightweight, one of only 4 produced. It fetched $2,860,000 at a Barrett-Jackson auction in January 2014. Number 80. Fiat 500-2000. In 1936, Fiat introduced the front-engine Fiat 500 Topolino economy car. Production resumed in 1949 with the 500C, which featured revised front and rear bodywork to meet post-war demands. Initially available only as a 2-door coupe with a sunroof, it was later complemented by an estate version that offered valuable rear seating space for families. When an all-new lighter model replaced it, the new car featured a rear-mounted engine similar to the Volkswagen Beetle and followed the rear-engine, rear-drive configuration of its larger sibling, the 1955 Fiat 600. This layout, though uncommon at the time, proved quite successful for several car makers. From October 1961, a version of the 500 was manufactured in Heilbronn, Germany, under the Necker brand through a complex deal involving NSU Motorcars, while Steypuch produced a licensed version in Graz, Austria. Number 79. Porsche 928. Curious blend of voluptuous sculpture and clean industrial design, the 928 boasts a unique visual flavor that has aged gracefully. Despite its initial mission to surpass the 911, it never quite achieved that status. Introduced in 1978, the 928 was designed with a focus on lightweight construction. The doors, front wings, and bonnet were crafted from aluminum instead of steel. Integrated into the body shell behind the plastic bumpers were aluminum profiles capable of withstanding impacts up to 8 km/h, 5 miles per hour without damage. The 928 featured distinctive round headlights embedded in the wings, which could be raised electrically, and its rounded fastback was characterized by a large rear window on the hatch. Powering the 928 was a water-cooled V8 engine with a 90-degree cylinder arrangement. Initially, the engine had a displacement of 4.5 liters, later increased to 5.4 liters. Power was transmitted through a transaxle construction. To improve aerodynamics, the 928S models, introduced in 1979, were equipped with front and rear spoilers. The rear axle of the 928 was a complete novelty. The double wishbone suspension, known as the Weissach axle, featured a toe-in stabilizing effect, functioning like passive rear-wheel steering and significantly enhancing the active safety of the Gran Turismo. Number 78. Maserati Gran Turismo. The Maserati Gran Turismo and Gran Cabrio are a series of Gran Tours produced by the Italian manufacturer Maserati, succeeding the Maserati Coupe and Spider. The first-generation Gran Turismo, M145, was unveiled at the 2007 Geneva Motor Show and was produced from 2007 to December 2019. It set a record for the fastest development of a car, going from design to production in just 9 months. Initially, the model featured a 4.2-liter V8 engine, which was later upgraded to a 4.7-liter engine in the Gran Turismo S variant. The lineup also included the Gran Turismo MC, a racing version developed for the FIA GT4 European Cup, and the Gran Turismo MC Sportline, a customization program. Introduced in 2012, the Gran Turismo Sport replaced the Gran Turismo S and featured a revised 4.7-liter engine rated at 460 pounds, 340 kilowatts, 450 EP. The Gran Turismo MC Stradale, unveiled in 2011, is a more aerodynamic version with a 450 pounds, 330 kilowatts, 440 peak engine, reaching a top speed of 303 km per hour, 188 miles per hour. The Gran Cabrio, the convertible version, was unveiled at the 2009 Frankfurt Motor Show and produced from 2010 to 2019. The Gran Cabrio Sport, introduced in 2011, featured a 450 pounds, 330 kilowatts, 440 pp engine, while the Gran Cabrio MC, launched in 2013, had improved aerodynamics and a 460 pounds, 340 kilowatts, 450 pp engine. Number 77. Ford Capri 3000 GT. The Mach-1 Ford Capri 3000, introduced in 1969, was Ford's attempt to blend the appeal of American muscle cars with a more European sensibility. Designed to offer an affordable yet sporty coupe to rival the success of the Mustang, the Capri featured a distinctive long bonnet and short rear deck, quickly becoming an icon of its era. The car was powered by the 3.0-liter SX V6 engine, borrowed from the Ford Zephyr, which provided impressive performance for its time. Throughout its production run, which lasted until 1974, the Capri underwent several updates, including engine enhancements and cosmetic changes. These improvements helped solidify the Capri's place in the hearts of enthusiasts, making it a symbol of 1970s motoring culture. Number 76. Range Rover Velar 2017. The all-new Range Rover Velar combines striking good looks with a wealth of advanced technology. Packed with features that appeal to discerning buyers seeking a vehicle that stands out among premium SUVs, the Velar competes directly with the BMW X3, Audi Q5, and Mercedes-Benz GLC. Its elegant exterior design makes a strong first impression, with sophisticated lines that seamlessly integrated into the existing Range Rover lineup, positioning it perfectly between the Range Rover Sport and the more affordable Evoque. Number 75. Citroën CX 1974. The Citroën CX is a large front-engine, front-wheel drive executive car manufactured and marketed by Citroën from 1974 to 1991. Available in both standard and long wheelbase versions, the CX was offered as a 4-door fastback saloon and a station wagon. It is renowned for its high-drop pneumatic self-leveling suspension system and an impressively low drag coefficient of 0.36, reflected in its name. Voted the 1975 European Car of the Year, the CX is often regarded by enthusiasts as the last real Citroën before Peugeot took control of the company in 1976. It also stands as the final successful model from Citroën's big car era, which began in 1934. The CX has a transverse engine arrangement, in contrast to the longitudinal mid-engine layout of the Traction Avant and DS. Number 74. BMW 6 Series Grand Coupe. Although no longer in production, the BMW 6 Series remains one of the most stylish and refined designs of the 21st century, especially when contrasted with BMW's increasingly prominent grille designs. The 6 Series combines the sophistication and quality of an executive saloon with a more streamlined and elegant body. While the 5 Series offers greater space and a lower price point, the 6 Series Grand Coupe stands out as one of BMW's most luxurious offerings. It can be seen as a sleeker, more sophisticated alternative to the 5 Series saloon, making it a compelling rival to the Audi S7 and Mercedes S-Class coupe. The car's exterior boasts a true elegance, and this understated class and exclusivity continue inside the cabin. With every surface adorned in soft leather, the 6 Series Grand Coupe delivers one of the finest BMW interiors available, ensuring a premium experience from both a design and build quality perspective. Number 73. Duesenberg Boattail Roadster 1932. Duesenberg's prestigious Model J chassis served as the foundation for many opulently styled American cars of the pre-war era. Launched in 1928, just before the Wall Street crash, the Model J was a symbol of luxury and sophistication, attracting numerous celebrities despite its limited production run. The car was produced until Duesenberg Motors Company went bankrupt in 1937. Designed to rival the world's most luxurious and powerful vehicles, the Model J was available with a supercharger after 1932. In line with the luxury car tradition, Duesenberg showcased only the chassis and engine, leaving the body and interior customization to third-party coach builders. Most Model Js shared the same chassis and featured consistent styling for elements such as fenders, headlamps, radiator, hood, and instrument panel. Number 72. McLaren Artura 2021. The McLaren Artura is a hybrid sports car produced by McLaren Automotive, marking its second hybrid vehicle after the P1 and its first to feature a V6 engine. Introduced in 2022, the Artura represents a significant leap forward in both design and performance. Named to reflect a blend of art and future, the Artura showcases McLaren's new MCLA, McLaren Carbon Lightweight Architecture, carbon fiber chassis. It is equipped with a hybrid twin-turbo V6 engine that delivers a combined output of 690 horsepower and 531 pound-feet of torque. This powertrain is complemented by an axial flux electric motor integrated into the 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, drawing energy from a 7.4 kWh lithium-ion battery located beneath the rear cabin. While McLaren estimates up to 21 miles of electric-only range, the EPA rating stands at 11 miles. In initial test drives, the Artura's acceleration impressed with its intensity, though some drivers may find its sound less exhilarating compared to its competitors. Number 71. Pontiac GTO Judge 1969. The special edition Pontiac GTO, known as the Judge, boasted a menacingly curvaceous design featuring standard equipment that included a powerful Ram Air V8 engine, heavy-duty suspension, a blacked-out grille, a rear spoiler, and understated stripes. This edition offered a sophisticated take on muscle car aesthetics. Introduced in 1969 as a response to declining GTO sales, the Judge package aimed to revitalize interest in the GTO, which had become a middling choice among performance cars, neither an inexpensive model nor a premium one. The Judge package quickly turned the tide for Pontiac, offering distinctive features like a rear spoiler, body stripes, and the Judge decals. Buyers could choose between two engines, the 366 EP Ram Air IE for $332 or the 370 EP Ram Air IV for $390. Available in both hardtop and convertible forms, the package saw significantly higher sales in hardtop models, with 6,725 sold compared to just 108 convertibles. Number 70. Bentley Speed 6 1930. With its grand proportions, long bonnet, and elegantly snug cabin, this car evokes dreams of a European Grand Tour. Its strikingly bold silhouette, characterized by large wheels and a rearward cab, looks even more impressive today. Bentley Motor Cars, renowned for its luxurious modern vehicles, unveiled its latest model, the Speed 6, at this year's Goodwood Festival of Speed. This new model is the result of nearly 93 years of development, plus an additional year. The Speed 6 continuation is a meticulous recreation of the original car that clinched back-to-back victories at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1929 and 1930. It represents Bentley's second effort to revive a piece of its illustrious history, following the Blower continuation model from a few years ago. Bentley announced plans to produce just 12 examples of the Speed 6, each priced around $2 million. After a year of rigorous testing and development, the first example, known as Car Zero, is now complete. It seems that reviving history is a meticulous process. Number 69. Bentley Continental GT 2003. At the dawn of the 21st century, Bentley introduced a stunning two-door car that both refined and redefined Grand Tourer design. The groundbreaking Continental GT has seamlessly blended exceptional performance with exquisite craftsmanship for over a decade, continually pushing the limits of technology and customization. This modern classic has sparked numerous iconic moments since its debut, from World Rally champion Joachim Kunin setting an ice speed record in a Continental GT convertible to pop art legend Peter Blake designing a unique exterior for a Continental GT V8S. The Continental GT Series 51, launched to celebrate Bentley's design studio, featured exclusive interior and exterior elements created by Bentley's trim designers. Later that year, the Continental Supersports was introduced, embodying Bentley's commitment to ultimate driving performance. Drawing inspiration from Bentley's racing legacy and the Le Mans winners of the 1920s, the Supersports was offered as both a coupe and a convertible, cementing its place in Bentley's pursuit of high-performance excellence. Number 68. Ferrari 308 GTB 1975. The Ferrari 308 GTB, introduced at the Paris and London shows in 1975, was a fresh evolution of the 246 Dano's design, yet it established its own distinctive look. With its sensuous curves, a streamlined midsection, and aerodynamic flying buttresses, the 308 GTB achieved a compelling blend of visual complexity and elegance. Designed by Pininfarina and built by Scaglietti, it retained the 308 GT4's V8 engine, upgraded with dry sump lubrication for improved cooling and a lower engine position. Initially, the 308 GTB featured fiberglass bodywork. To clarify the Ferrari 308 200 and 8/328 model range, the 308 replaced the Dyno 246 GT and GTS in 1975. It was offered in two versions, the 308 GTB Berlinetta and the 308 GTS Targa. Both were mid-engined and powered by naturally aspirated V8s. Produced from 1975 to 1985, the 308 line was later updated to the 328 in 1985. Number 67. Maserati A6 GCS Berlinetta 1953. Maserati's A6 G Series, a transformation from race car to road car, showcased several stunning coach-built designs, with Pininfarina's GCS Coupe standing out as one of the finest. With its elegant lines and powerful presence, the 2.0-liter six-cylinder engine's might is accentuated by a striking pair of side-exit exhausts. The A6 GCS Berlinetta, designed by Pininfarina, is renowned for its beauty and racing heritage, boasting both graceful proportions and a sleek silhouette. Beneath its exquisite exterior lies a race-bred chassis from Gilco, originally intended for prestigious events like the Mille Miglia. The A6 GCS chassis evolved from the A6 sports car, which featured a short-stroke, double-ignition inline-six engine. This engine, one of the last designed by the Maserati brothers before their departure, was initially developed for Formula 2. It was capable of revving up to 7,300 revolutions per minute and producing 170 bp, reflecting its racing roots and performance potential. Number 66. Alfa Romeo 6C 1939. The Alfa Romeo 6C 2500 Supersport was a luxurious pre-war GT car designed for the effortlessly wealthy, who would commission bespoke coachwork for its rolling chassis. Carrozzeria Touring, renowned for their sleek designs, crafted several striking bodies for these tourers. Introduced in 1939, the Supersport was Alfa Romeo's premier model, featuring an enlarged 2.5-liter engine and a new body design from Carrozzeria Touring. These cars made their debut at the Tobruk Tripoli race in 1939, an alternative to the cancelled Mille Miglia. With supercharging banned in 1939, the 6C2500 emerged as a worthy successor to the 8C2900 Miglia. The 6C2500 was an evolution of the 6C2300B, launched in 1934 and established as Alfa's go-to sports car with a diverse range of variants. Despite not being supercharged, competition models of the 6C2300 achieved notable successes, bolstering Alfa's reputation in motorsport. Victories in events like the Pescara race inspired Alfa to develop more advanced versions, culminating in the Tipo 256, named for its 2.5-liter, 6-cylinder engine. Number 65. Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Still striking and quintessentially Aston Martin, this model's allure has only grown, especially when compared to its troubled successor. It remains attractive from every angle and continues to age gracefully. The Vantage has undergone several refinements and updates over the years. Notably, the 2008 update was likely influenced by feedback from existing owners who appreciated the car's classic exterior design, which remained largely unchanged. The Vantage saw further enhancements, including a V12 version introduced in 2009, showcasing serious engineering improvements. This week's featured model is the 2013 V8 Vantage Roadster in Meteorite Silver, equipped with a powerful 4.7-liter engine delivering 420 bp. Number 64. Lotus Esprit S1 1976. Aside from the original Porsche 911, few sports cars can claim the title of evergreen as convincingly as the Lotus Esprit. Produced from 1976 to 2004, the Esprit enjoyed an impressive 28-year run, continually evolving to remain fresh and competitive. Its longevity and ongoing development helped elevate Lotus to the same echelon as Ferrari and Porsche, shedding its previous kit car reputation. Colin Chapman, inspired by the success of the mid-engined Europa, aimed to build a rival to the Porsche 911 and Ferrari Dino that would surpass both in handling while making a bold statement akin to contemporary supercars Maserati Bora and De Tomaso Pantera. To achieve this, he enlisted the expertise of Giorgetto Giugiaro, who delivered a striking design that fused the Countach's wedge profile with sleek lines and impeccable proportions, giving the Esprit a truly supercar appearance. Unfortunately, the visual appeal of the Esprit was not matched by its engine. Lotus initially planned to offer both a base straight-four and a high-performance V8. However, financial constraints meant the V8 was delayed for 2 decades, leaving the Esprit with only the 4-cylinder engine. This 1,973th unit, designed and built by Lotus, was advanced for its time with an all-aluminum construction, twin-cam design, and 4 valves per cylinder, producing about 160 horsepower. Number 63. Jaguar F-Type Coupe 2013. Even though every car needs fresh oil periodically, I'll get to that shortly. I have something else to address first. Recently, I saw a film starring Blake Lively titled Asterisk, The Age of Adeline Asterisk, and judging by my Facebook feed, many of my female friends weren't fond of the movie's premise. Lively's character is in a bizarre car accident that causes her to stop aging, remaining forever 29 and perpetually beautiful. I bring this up because, while walking through a parking lot with a bag of groceries, lost in my own thoughts, I suddenly spotted it. The salsa red 2015 Jaguar F-Type R Coupe that has been mine for the past year. Despite the year I've spent with it, I was still struck by its beauty. It's as stunning today as it was when we first met. But let's rewind a bit. Initially, Jaguar lent us an F-Type S convertible for a 12-month test. I was thrilled as I enjoyed driving with the top down. The F-Type S, with its 380 horsepower, wasn't as wild as the 485 horsepower F-Type V8S of the time. At the time, I convinced myself that the extra power wasn't necessary. Number 62. Ferrari F8 Tributo 2019. Ferrari consistently excels at crafting captivating mainstream V8 models, and the F8 Tributo is no exception, elegantly evoking the classic 328 GTB. As the latest mid-rear engine sports car from Ferrari, the F8 Tributo stands as the pinnacle of their iconic 2-seater Berlinetta design. True to its name, it pays tribute to the most powerful V8 engine in Ferrari's history. The F8 Tributo boasts cutting-edge aerodynamics, benefiting from advancements and expertise gained from Ferrari's participation in GT and Challenge racing. These innovations have been meticulously refined to deliver a production Bellonetta with unparalleled performance. Number 61. Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano 2006. The Ferrari 599 GTO, now succeeded by the F12 Bellonetta and the 812 Superfast, retains a distinctive charm and elegance that its successors lack, particularly with its unique flying D-pillars. The 599 GTB Fiorano was conceived to enhance driving pleasure, deliver exceptional performance, thanks to technology borrowed from Ferrari's F1 cars, and ensure comfort, ergonomics, and safety. With a 0 to 100 km/h sprint time of just 3.7 seconds and a top speed exceeding 330 km/h, it exemplifies Ferrari's engineering prowess. Named after the Fiorano circuit, where Ferrari refines its cars, GTB stands for Gran Turismo Bellonetta, a nod to Ferrari's legendary Bellonettas, while 599 refers to the V12 engine's displacement divided by 10. The 599 GTB Fiorano featured a plush leather interior with a driver-centric layout. The seat was positioned slightly towards the center to enhance driving dynamics. The instrument cluster combined analog gauges with digital screens, and the shift paddles, available in either aluminum or carbon fiber, were mounted on the steering column. The three-spoke steering wheel included controls for the car's electronic systems and a starter button, blending luxury with advanced functionality. Number 60. Jaguar XJ200 and 1992. The XJ220 might appear somewhat elongated by today's standards, perhaps it always did, but it remains a strikingly sleek machine, unmistakably Jaguar in its design. Remarkably, this car was never registered when new and spent most of its life in static storage. It now has under 850 kilometers on the clock. A service invoice from Franco-Britannic Automobiles near Paris confirms that the vehicle was serviced there in November 2002 with just 493 kilometers, while still owned by Mr. Ruffini. Number 59. Lamborghini Sienne FKP 2021. Lamborghini is known for its dramatic shapes and motion, and the Sienne embodies both with an abundance of flair. Its hefty seven-figure price tag is well justified by its striking design, which features a dynamic array of cuts, curves, slots, hexagons, blades, grilles, and fins. Despite the complexity, the Sienne FKP 37 exudes a surprising elegance. As the first super sports car to combine a V12 engine with hybrid technology based on supercapacitors, it represents a pinnacle of engineering. The name Sienne, meaning lightning in Bolognese, aptly reflects its formidable character and extraordinary speed, exceeding 220 miles per hour, 350 km/h. Number 58. Mini Coupes 2001. As time goes on, this complete redesign of the 1959 original only grows in admiration. It clearly draws inspiration from its predecessor while presenting a thoroughly modern interpretation with impeccable proportions. The 2001 Mini Cooper S-Work masterfully blends traditional and contemporary design elements. With its classic styling paired with advanced technology, it stands out as a dynamic hatchback. Under the hood, it houses a spirited 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine that delivers a robust 163 horsepower and 155 pound-feet of torque. This power is managed through a sport-tuned 6-speed manual transmission known for its precise shifts and responsive throttle. The Mini Cooper S-Work features a robust yet lightweight unibody construction made from high-strength steel, which contributes to its agility. The sport suspension system, incorporating McPherson struts in the front and a multi-link setup at the rear, enhances handling and stability, offering a fun and engaging driving experience. Number 57. Austin Healey 100M 1955. One of the most striking two-seater sports cars ever built, the 1953 Austin Healey is particularly captivating in its early folding windscreen configuration, which transforms it into a classic speedster. Its rudimentary mechanics only add to its charm. This particular model, DNH 828, stands out as one of the most exciting offerings in historic auctioneers' decade-long history, being the first privateer Austin Healey to race at Goodwood and Silverstone. When the current owner acquired DNH 828, he was unaware of its significant history. It was only later, upon discovering a photograph in Bill Piggott's book, Austin Healey 100 in Detail, that he realized it was the first known privately owned Austin Healey BN1 racing car. Further investigation confirmed this historical fact. Following the success of the works Austin Healeys at the 1953 Le Mans, Donald Healey began offering a kit that included engine components from the Le Mans team cars, known later as the M specification. This upgrade featured larger carburetors, a cold air box for improved airflow, a high-lift camshaft. Number 56. Aubin Bowtail 1934. As glamorous as any pre-war Alfa Romeo, Hispano-Suiza, or Mercedes, Aubin's Straight 8 series reached its design pinnacle with the 1935 model year. Despite this achievement, Aubin ceased production in 1937. The 1935 Aubin 851 supercharged Bowtail Speedster stands out with a rare double distinction. It has earned the Aubin Cord Duesenberg ACD verification of authenticity twice, once in 1994 and again in 2000. To receive ACD verification, a vehicle must retain its original frame, engine, drivetrain, and running gear from the factory prior to 1941. This 851 Speedster meets all these criteria, making it a genuine piece of automotive history. It was a very advanced car for its day, said former owner Russell Hopf of Riverside, California, in an Ontario Daily Report article. It features a supercharged engine, a tachometer, a 2-speed rear axle, and suction-driven windshield wipers powered by the supercharger. Hopf also noted that the Speedster was guaranteed to reach 100 miles per hour when new and was the first stock American car to sustain over 100 miles per hour for 12 hours. Number 55. Dodge Challenger 2008. A particularly masterful reimagining of the original 1969-74 model, this updated version might even be considered more attractive. Its design has proven timeless, allowing it to remain relevant. It's been nearly 4 decades since a new Dodge Challenger graced the streets, with significant changes over the years. Technically, the last model called a Challenger was discontinued in 1983, but that version, introduced in 1978, was a lackluster 4-cylinder built by Mitsubishi. It could only manage 0 to 60 miles per hour in 13.6 seconds and the quarter mile in 19.1 seconds at 71 miles per hour, hardly impressive compared to the real Challengers, like the one we tested 8 years earlier. In contrast, the new SRT8 Challenger echoes the spirit of its forebears with a Hemi V8 engine, the legendary 426 model, delivering 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque despite insurance company restrictions. Both the Hemi and the 440 Challengers were substantial cars. Our test model weighed 3,890 pounds. Number 54. Lamborghini Gallardo 2003. The 2001 V12 Murcielago marked a new era for Lamborghini's design, but it was the Gallardo that truly brought the new design language to life with striking elegance. Its sharp lines set it apart from Ferrari's offerings, enhancing its visual appeal. True to Lamborghini tradition, the Gallardo was named after a renowned breed of fighting bull, reflecting the brand's heritage and bold spirit. Designed to redefine the high-performance sports car segment, the Gallardo was crafted to deliver exceptional driving dynamics while ensuring daily usability. Lamborghini's engineers faced the challenge of balancing exhilarating performance with everyday comfort, aiming to meet the uncompromising standards expected of a Lamborghini. The result is a car that excels in both thrilling driving experiences and practical usability. Number 53. BMW i8. BMW's i8 stands as its most audacious vehicle to date, showcasing a revolutionary plug-in hybrid drivetrain within a design that combines sculptural elegance, striking two-tone details, and dramatic dihedral doors. When it debuted in 2014, the i8 was a beacon of futuristic design, and it remains so today. Whether in its roadster or coupe form, the i8 continues to offer a tantalizing glimpse into the future of automotive design. The aerodynamic prowess of the i8 is rooted in the BMW Vision Efficient Dynamics concept, first revealed at the 2009 International Motor Show in Frankfurt. The production i8 features a sleek front hood, air curtains in the front apron, a paneled underbody, and air ducts between the taillights and roof frame, resulting in an impressive drag coefficient of just 0.26. The 2009 concept's innovations, gullwing doors, a plug-in hybrid system, and all-wheel drive were faithfully carried over into the production model, which began gracing the streets in the spring of 2014. Number 52. Ferrari Roma 2020. The Ferrari Roma, with its long bonnet and fastback tail, harks back to the front-engine Ferraris of the 1960s, yet it embodies a fresh, modern elegance with its clean lines and sculptural form. While the Roma shares its wheelbase and engine with the Portofino, it diverges significantly in character. Ferrari positions the Roma as a distinct Grand Tourer, inspired by the classic 1962 250 GT Lusso. Its design aims to evoke beauty, and with its elongated bonnet and gracefully curved rear, it succeeds, despite occasional comparisons to the Aston Martin Vantage. The Roma exudes a refined presence, eschewing the excessive intakes and spoilers that often clutter sports cars. This streamlined approach underscores its role as a superior Grand Tourer, bridging the gap between traditional GTs and high-performance supercars. According to Rafael de Simone, Ferrari's amiable development driver, the Roma is versatile enough for any occasion, even those requiring exhilarating speed. Number 51. Oldsmobile Toronado. The Toronado is striking not just for its immense size, but also for its exquisite proportions, pillarless elegance, and minimalistic detailing, which stand out as triumphs alongside its front-drive powertrain. Despite Oldsmobile being one of the most underrated American brands, known for its impressive lineup like the Cutlass Supreme convertible, the Bravada SUV, and the 88 Royale, the marque has struggled with declining sales since peaking at over 1 million units in 1986. By 1991, sales had dropped to less than half that number. Yet, Oldsmobile's showrooms still offer vehicles that combine style, individuality, excellent performance, and value. The Toronado Trofeo exemplifies these qualities perfectly. If it had come from Europe or Japan, it might be celebrated as a groundbreaking achievement in luxury sports coupes, praised for its high-tech yet user-friendly innovations. Unfortunately, with only 3,470 Trofios sold in 1991 and about 1,700 this model year through Oldsmobile's 3,100 dealerships, many may not even be aware of its existence. Number 50. Alfa Romeo 1750 Zagato. By the late 1920s, the Alfa Romeo 6C 1750 lineup included 4 body styles: Sport, Berliner, Torpedo, and Spider, along with the high-performance Super Sport. The Grand Sport, a Spider and convertible variant equipped with a volumetric supercharger, emerged in the 4th and 5th series. Milan-based coach builder Zagato crafted several striking Spiders that became renowned for their success on the 6C 1750 Grand Sport chassis. Designed by Vittorio Giano and based on the earlier 6C 1500, the 1752 CTIS straight-six engine featured dual overhead cams and a low volumetric supercharger. Power output was boosted from the original 85 HP to 102 HP in the Testafissa fixed-head versions. Weighing just 840 kilograms, the 1750 GS achieved a top speed of 170 km/h. The most iconic 6C 1750 Grand Sport, notably one of Zagato's creations, continues to capture attention in glossy magazines and historic race reenactments. Number 49. Lotus Elan 1962. In 1962, the Lotus Elan replaced the Elite, marking the first time Lotus used a backbone chassis in a road car instead of a monocoque. Developed as the Type 26 and designed by Ron Hickman, the Elan debuted at the Earl's Court Motor Show with a price tag of £1,495 fully built or £1,095 in kit form. The Eland 2, introduced in late 1964, featured a series of small yet significant improvements. These included a mix of technical and styling upgrades, resulting in a more refined product that attracted new customers to the Lotus brand. It was recognized as one of the best sports cars of the era, known for its excellent performance and road-holding capabilities. The strong sales of the S2 provided much-needed cash for the company. In 1965, the Elan S3 arrived as the Type 36, boasting further design changes, the most notable being a fixed fiberglass roof. The interior also saw improvements, with enhanced door trims incorporating armrests and proper carpeting. A convertible version, the Type 45, was introduced in June 1966. During the Elan era, Colin Chapman realized that the Cheshunt facility was too small, but a planning application to extend the site was denied. This prompted a move to a larger location, and preparations were made to relocate to a former RAF base in Hethel, Norfolk. The transfer of manufacturing took place in the spring and summer of 1966. Number 48. Range Rover 1970. The original Range Rover beautifully embodies functional form, with its prototypes showing groundbreaking finishing touches that highlight its innovative design. Conceived in the mid-1960s to meet the rising global demand, especially in the USA, for a recreational four-wheel drive vehicle, it was initially known as the Land Rover 100-inch station wagon. This vehicle marked a significant departure from previous Land Rover models, incorporating key features from Rover car practices such as long-travel coil spring suspension, disc brakes, and the ex-Buick V8 engine. The body construction method, featuring unstressed panels bolted to a strong steel skeleton, was inspired by Rover P6 saloons, although the Range Rover retained a separate chassis. A notable innovation was its permanent four-wheel drive with a center differential, which provided an unmatched combination of off-road and on-road capabilities. The demand for Range Rovers was immense, with waiting lists throughout the 1970s. Number 47. Porsche 356 Speedster 1953. The Speedster's toy-like charm and inviting steering wheel practically beg you to take it for a drive. Its smooth contours are uniquely distinctive and foreshadow the evolution into another beautiful car, the 911. Part of Technical Program 1, T1, the series introduced several visual changes from the original 356, including a single-piece, curved panoramic windscreen. Across all models, front indicators were integrated into the horn grilles, and the front bonnet handle featured an embedded Porsche crest. From March 1957, rear lights took on a teardrop shape. The 1300 models were discontinued in September 1957, T2, while the 1600 models saw tailpipe tips repositioned between the bumper guards for better ground clearance. Additionally, a chrome-plated housing with number plate lighting and a reversed light was mounted below the number plate. Number 46. Aston Martin DB5 1964. Arguably Aston Martin's most recognizable model to date, and one of the most desirable classic cars in existence, the DB5 perfectly encapsulates the wave of confidence swelling at Newport Pagnell in the mid-1960s. The all-new and eternally popular DB4 of 1958 sold well and underwent gradual mechanical and styling evolution over its near 5 years in production, with the later Vantage forming the basis of the DB5. For the DB5, the engine's displacement was increased to 3,995 cc by enlarging the bore to 96 mm, with the triple CU-fed engine delivering a potent 282 brake horsepower. This power was harnessed through a ZF 5-speed manual transmission or an optional 3-speed Borg-Warner automatic. This elegant California Sage example was delivered new to Aston Martin dealer Brooklands of Bond Street on 26 October 1964, as confirmed by correspondence in the history with Aston Martin Lagonda. Number 45. Audi TT 1998. The first generation of the Audi TT, also known as the Mach 1 or Type 8N, was introduced in 1998. Initially released as a coupe, a roadster variant followed the next year. The Mach 1 TT offered a range of 1.8 liters turbocharged inline-4 engines and a 3.2 liters VR6 option. This generation was produced until 2006, when it was succeeded by the Mach 2 Audi TT. The styling of the TT began in the spring of 1994 at the Volkswagen Group Design Center in California. The TT was first showcased as a concept car at the 1995 Frankfurt Motor Show. The design is credited to J. Mays and Freeman Thomas, with contributions to the interior design from Hartmut Workus, Peter Schreier, Martin Smith, and Romulus Rost. Number 44. Mercedes-Benz 230 SL 1963. In 1963, the Mercedes-Benz 230 SL made a notable impression as a comfortable, high-performance two-seater touring car. Designed under the direction of Friedrich Geiger, it featured clean lines and the classic SL look, highlighted by a large central star in the radiator grille. The optional hardtop, designed by Paul Brack, earned the sports car the nickname Pagoda due to its inwardly curved roof surface, reminiscent of Asian temple buildings. The W113 model of the 230 SL set a groundbreaking standard for safety in sports cars at the time. Its frame floor system, originating from the Mercedes-Benz W111 series saloons, was shortened and reinforced for the two-door model. The Fintail of 1959, the world's first passenger car with a safety body developed by Mercedes-Benz safety pioneer Bela Barani, laid the groundwork. The Pagoda became the first sports car to benefit from the principle of a stable passenger cell with front and rear crumple zones. Number 43. Alfa Romeo T33 Stradale 1967. The Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 Stradale, built between 1967 and 1969, saw only 18 units leave the factory. Essentially based on the Alfa Romeo Tipo 33 sports prototype race car that competed in 1966 and 1967, it wasn't the most successful racing car for Alfa Romeo, but the subsequent 3 generations of the Tipo 33 cemented its status as a true brand icon. The first generation Tipo 33 competed in the World Sports Cars Championship, achieving a best result of 5th place in the 1967 Nürburgring 1,000-kilometer race. Initially, the first few cars were powered by a straight 4 engine from the Alfa Romeo TZ2, but they eventually received a 2.0-liter V8 that produced 230 horsepower. Over the years, the engine size increased, culminating in the 640 bp 2.2-liter turbocharged flat 12 of the Alfa Romeo 33 SC12 Turbo, raced between 1976 and 1977. The road car equivalent of the first-gen Tipo 33 features a curvaceous exterior with dramatic proportions. It is a small machine with a low-slung front end that sweeps up over the front wheels, complemented by a wraparound windshield and the piece de resistance, 2 butterfly doors with glass top halves. Number 42. Lincoln Continental 1961. The Lincoln Continental is a series of mid-sized and full-sized luxury cars produced by Lincoln, a division of the American automaker Ford Motor Company, from 1939 to 2020. The model originated from a custom-built 1939 Lincoln Zephyr convertible commissioned by Edsel Ford as a vacation vehicle to attract potential buyers. This vehicle featured European Continental styling elements, including a rear-mounted spare tire, which inspired the model line's name. Over more than 55 years and across 9 decades, Lincoln produced 10 generations of the Continental. Within the Lincoln lineup, the Continental has served various roles, from flagship model to base trim sedan. From 1961 to 1976, it was Lincoln's exclusive model line. The Continental nameplate experienced 3 hiatuses. It was retired from 1949 to 1955, renamed the Lincoln Town Car in 1981 to make way for the 7th generation Continental, and replaced by the Lincoln MKS in 2009 before the 10th generation Continental was reintroduced in 2017. The first-generation Continental marked the birth of an entirely new automotive segment, the personal luxury car, as part of its entry into full-scale production. Number 41. Dodge Charger 1968. The only 1968 car that comes close to challenging the new Charger for styling accolades is the new Corvette, which bears a remarkable resemblance to the Charger, especially when viewed from the rear quarter. However, we give the honors to the Charger for several reasons. First, the Corvette, being smaller in both seating capacity and wheelbase, more easily achieves a sporty image. Second, Dodge stylists have demonstrated that they can create a car in the current idiom with originality, blending the right amount of tasteful conformity with novelty and freshness that attracts attention. Originality requires courage, especially for Dodge as the smaller division of the number 3 automaker. Yet, the Charger's aerodynamic wedge theme is not only distinctly new, but also reminiscent of the new breed of wind tunnel-tested sports/racing cars debuting in the 1967 Can-Am series. Number 40. Alfa Romeo 8C 2007. Alfa Romeo unveiled the 8C Competizione for the 2007 model year as a limited production marvel. This high-performance sports car was initially offered as a coupe, followed by a Spider variant. Beneath its stunning exterior lies a Ferrari-sourced 4.7 liters V8 engine, but it was the car's design rather than its performance that garnered the most acclaim. Conceived by Wolfgang Egger, the 8C Competizione quickly captivated enthusiasts with its striking beauty, cementing its status as an instant classic. Production was capped at 1,000 units, evenly split between 500 coupes and 500 Spiders, before the model's conclusion in 2010. Number 39. Jaguar XJ13 1966. There is only one Jaguar XJ13 in existence, and you're looking at it. Originally conceived as a potential contender for the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the XJ13 never saw competition. Development of the car, which began in 1964, was ultimately overshadowed by the priority given to the new XJ6 Saloon, which debuted in 1968. By the time the XJ13 was finished, its design had been rendered outdated by rivals like Ferrari and Ford, not to mention the Porsche 917. The 1966 Le Mans regulations mandated that prototype engines be limited to 3 letters, and manufacturers had to produce 50 road-going examples of any larger engine to qualify, a requirement the single XJ13 with its 5-liter V12 could not meet. Despite this, the XJ13 remains one of the most aesthetically captivating racing cars ever created, thanks to the aerodynamic expertise of Malcolm Sayer, who also designed the Jaguar C and D types and the E-type. Today, the Jaguar Daimler Heritage Trust maintains the XJ13, though its use is limited due to its non-road legal status. In May 2017, it was driven on closed roads in Windsor, and in July 2018, it was showcased on the street circuit at Coventry Motorfest. In November 2019. Number 38. Ferrari California SWV 1960. Ferrari's esteemed reputation in motorsports, bolstered by the efforts of importer Luigi Chinetti, established the United States as a key market. On the West Coast, John von Neumann saw potential for an open Spider tailored to the Californian sun, a kind of open 250 GT Bellonetta. The majority of these long wheelbase models were equipped with a 3-liter V12 engine, featuring a single overhead camshaft per bank, designated by factory type references 128C and 128D. This engine had a displacement of 2953/6 with a bore and stroke of 73 mm x 58.8 mm and spark plugs positioned inside the V of the block. It shared the same fundamental specifications as the concurrent Bellonettas. Early models were fitted with a single coil and distributor ignition system, which was later upgraded to a twin coil and distributor setup, producing a claimed 260 bp. Number 37. Lamborghini Aventador 2011. The Lamborghini Aventador, a mid-engine marvel, ruled the automotive scene for over a decade, standing as a rolling masterpiece that redefined supercar standards. Although its era has passed, its legacy endures, continuing to inspire awe and admiration. From the formidable LP 700-4 to the final SVJ, the Aventure's story is a testament to Lamborghini's commitment to performance and artistry. Launched in 2011 at the Geneva Motor Show, the Aventador LP 700-4 represented a pinnacle in automotive design and engineering. Notably, Lamborghini's tradition of naming their cars after renowned fighting bulls is embodied by the Aventador, adding to its legendary status. The Aventador's impact extends beyond the road, having also captured the imagination of millions through its appearances in film. Its iconic design and performance have solidified its place as a standout in Lamborghini's storied lineup. Number 36. Citroën SM 1971. In 1970, Citroën introduced the SM as a sophisticated Grand Tourer, merging impressive GT performance with the comfort and safety features reminiscent of the acclaimed DS road car. Norev is excited to offer a meticulously crafted miniature of this iconic coupe, reflecting its elegant proportions and intricate details. Noteworthy features include the front canopy that shelters 6 individual headlights, nearly seamless rear lights, and the extensive chrome trim adorning the vehicle. The interior, designed by Michael Harmond, exemplifies luxury and refinement, highlighted by a compact oval steering wheel, rich brown leather seats, and a vintage car radio. The origin of the model's name, SM, remains somewhat ambiguous. The S could be a nod to the Project S, aimed at creating a sportier version of the Citroën DS, while the M is often thought to reference Maserati, leading to the interpretation that SM stands for Système Maserati or Sports Maserati. Number 35. Ferrari F40 1987. The Ferrari F40 was created to mark the brand's 40th anniversary. This exceptional Berlinetta, designed by Pininfarina, was predominantly constructed from advanced composite materials. Its high-performance, turbocharged engine and top-tier chassis provided dynamic capabilities that approached those of a racing car. Pininfarina's innovative design featured a body crafted from Kevlar, carbon fiber, and aluminum to ensure both strength and minimal weight, complemented by extensive aerodynamic testing. Further reducing weight, the F40 used polycarbonate plastic for the windshield and windows. To focus on performance, the car offered only basic amenities, including minimal air conditioning but no sound system, door handles, glove box, leather trim, carpets, or door panels. The initial 50 units were equipped with sliding Lexan windows, while subsequent models received wind-down windows. Number 34. Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 1963. In 1963, the Corvette made a dramatic entrance with its revolutionary Stingray design. This year saw the debut of 2 stunning models that set a new standard in American sports car design. The Corvette Stingray Sports Coupe featured sleek body panels and compound curved side windows, showcasing an advanced aerodynamic design. Its power-operated retractable headlamps discreetly blend into the smooth put line when not in use. The coupe's doors extend upward, offering effortless access and adding a touch of sophistication. Meanwhile, the Stingray convertible exudes a lively charm with its clean lines and trim wraparound bumpers. The supply molded rear deck, gleaming aluminum grille, retractable headlamps, and sweeping hood-length wind split enhance its bold appearance. Underneath its sleek exterior, the Stingray boasts innovative engineering, including a new, stronger, and more rigid frame that enhances driving excitement and performance. Number 33. Buick Riviera 1963. The 1963 Buick Riviera is celebrated as one of the most iconic and desirable cars of its era. As Buick's flagship model, it epitomized cutting-edge performance, sleek design, and advanced technology that set it apart from its contemporaries. Its design featured elegant curves and striking exterior lines, while the interior exuded refinement and sophistication, ensuring that the Riviera commanded attention wherever it was driven. Under the hood, the Riviera was powered by the formidable 401 cubic inch nailhead V8 engine, which produced a robust 325 horsepower and 445 pounds of torque. This power was delivered through a smooth shifting 3-speed automatic transmission. The car was equipped with power steering and power brakes, enhancing its maneuverability and ease of handling. A standout feature of the 1963 Riviera was its advanced suspension system. It boasted a double wishbone front suspension with coil springs and a rigid rear axle with coil springs, providing a smooth and comfortable ride while maintaining excellent handling through curves and corners. Number 32. Jaguar C-Type 1952. Few sports racing cars have achieved the legendary status of the Jaguar C-Type, which clinched victory at the 24 Hours of Le Mans twice in the 1950s, cementing Coventry's dominance at the event. The C-Type evolved from the iconic XK120 Roadster, which had made waves in 1948 with its innovative dual overhead camshaft inline six-cylinder engine. In 1950, several privately entered XK120s, supported by Jaguar, competed at Le Mans, with Leslie Johnson's car impressively holding fourth place for a significant period. Inspired by this performance, Jaguar founder Sir William Lyons and engineer Bill Haynes envisioned a more competitive machine. They believed a lighter, aerodynamically refined version of the XK120 could claim victory. Thus, development began on a new model featuring a lightweight tubular space frame, one of the earliest applications of this construction method in sports cars. The XK120's rear suspension was enhanced with additional links, and the 3.4-liter XK engine was upgraded with a new cylinder head, high-lift camshafts, racing pistons, and an unmuffled dual exhaust system, boosting output to 200 horsepower. Number 31. Aston Martin DB4 1959. Since its debut in 1958, the DB4 has been pivotal in shaping modern Grand Tourer design and engineering at Aston Martin. This iconic model established the benchmark for elegance and performance, serving as the foundation for subsequent models like the DB4 GT Zagato and Lagonda Rapide, and paving the way for the renowned DB5. Unveiled at the Paris Motor Show, the DB4 immediately captivated audiences with its sharp styling and advanced 3.7-liter straight-six engine designed by Tadek Marek, whose name became synonymous with Aston Martin's engineering excellence. This engine continued to influence Aston Martin models until 1972. The DB4's Superleggera body, crafted by Carrozzeria Touring of Milan, combined lightweight construction with strength, featuring a framework of small-diameter tubes clad in aluminum panels. Also, it introduced four-wheel Dunlop disc brakes, making the DB4 the first production car to achieve 100 miles per hour and come to a complete stop in under 30 seconds. Number 30. Alfa Romeo Giulietta Sprint 1954. Celebrating its 70th anniversary this year, the Alfa Romeo Giulietta, often hailed as Italy's sweetheart, has etched its name into automotive history and remains a cherished benchmark for car enthusiasts. Officially unveiled on April 21, 1954 at the Turin Motor Show, the Giulietta Sprint Coupe immediately captivated the audience, with approximately 2,000 orders placed within the first few days, a remarkable feat for that era. Prior to its public debut, a special preview was held at the Portello plant, where insiders and dignitaries were treated to a theatrical entrance by actors dressed as Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet emerging from a helicopter. Number 29. Bugatti Chiron 2017. Like its predecessor, the new Bugatti Chiron sets staggering automotive benchmarks, poised to redefine the standards for extreme performance cars over the next decade. Promised to be 25% better than the Veyron in every aspect, the Chiron will be produced in a limited run of 500 units, with half already spoken for. However, none will be available in right-hand drive markets, as the $3.3 million Chiron is exclusively left-hand drive. Bugatti's engineers meticulously removed every excess gram from the Chiron, with the only heavy component being the substantial solid silver Bugatti badge on the grille. This badge, etched in 3D and hand-enameled, exemplifies the attention to detail and authenticity. A glance at the images reveals that the Chiron exhibits a more aggressive visual presence than the rounded Veyron. Its 8-eyed front, while retaining the iconic horseshoe grille, now sports a more menacing expression. The prominent carbon fiber side panel, extending from the A-pillar to the rear, features a sharp, defined shoulder line, enhancing its muscular stance. Number 28. Bugatti Type 35 1925. Originally produced as a naturally aspirated Type 35A, this car has a storied history, beginning with early race success under the renowned British racer Chris Stelland. It was later converted to a supercharged 35C specification by marque specialist Richard Crosthwaite, who used many factory original parts in the upgrade. Since 1991, the vehicle has been part of the Mullen collection and has been raced by Peter Mullen. It has recently received a special invitation to be displayed in the Bugatti Grand Prix class at the Emilia Concours d'Elegance this Sunday, offering its next owner an exciting opportunity to participate in the prestigious event. This invitation does not exclude it from future opportunities, and the car will remain eligible for one of the special trophies awarded each year. Number 27. Lancia Stratos 1974. The Lancia Stratos HF was a game-changer that caught the FIA by surprise. Before its debut, rally cars were typically modified production-based Group 3 GT models like Lancia's rally-winning Fulvia. The FIA had not anticipated a departure from this norm. However, Lancia saw an opportunity to bypass the requirement of producing at least 1,000 units, revolutionizing the world of rallying in the process. The 1974 Stratos HF Stradale, the street version of this groundbreaking car, is a genuine time capsule. It retains all its original identification tags and stamps, with the body shell, Scocca, stamped on the cowl, rear bulkhead, both door jambs, and the trunk lid. The Stratos HF drew inspiration from the Stratos Zero concept designed by Marcello Gandini for Bertone. While the rally version shared the Zero's mid-engine layout, it diverged significantly in other aspects. Instead of the Zero's Fulvia drivetrain, the rally version featured a 2.4-liter Ferrari Dino V6. Moreover, rather than the Zero's extreme wedge shape, Bertone's design for the Stratos included a central steel monocoque with front and rear subframes, complemented by lightweight fiberglass doors and clamshell body panels. Number 26. Lamborghini Countach LP400 1974. The first generation of the Countach, known as the LP400, was a revolutionary vehicle in Lamborghini's lineup. Its 4-liter V12 engine, mounted lengthwise, delivered 375 horsepower. With a top speed of 309 km/h and an acceleration from 0 to 100 km/h in just 5.4 seconds, the LP400 combined stunning aesthetics with the exceptional performance Lamborghini was renowned for. Alongside the Miura, the Countach became a cornerstone of the Lamborghini legacy. Designer Marcello Gandini's daring and unconventional design left a lasting impression on the automotive world. Today, the Countach, especially the LP400 from the first series, remains highly sought after. Its iconic features, such as the distinctive shape, minimalistic mudguards, and lack of rear spoilers, contribute to its enduring appeal. Between 1974 and 1978, Lamborghini produced 151 units of the LP400. Number 25. Ferrari 365 GTB 1968. Unveiled in 1968, the Ferrari 365 GTB/4, often referred to as the Daytona in honor of Ferrari's triumphant 1-2-3 finish at the 1967 24 Hours of Daytona, redefined Maranello's Grand Tourer lineup. The Daytona was powered by a front-mounted 4.4-liter Colombo V12 engine paired with a 5-speed manual transmission. This combination was complemented by Leonardo Fioravanti's sleek, modern design for the car's body, executed in production by Scaglietti at their Maranello factory. The Daytona lived up to its nickname with impressive performance metrics. Its V12 engine, generating 352 horsepower, enabled acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.4 seconds and a top speed of 174 miles per hour. This top speed was 3 miles per hour faster than Lamborghini's Miura P400, making the Daytona the world's fastest production car at its debut. Number 24. BMW 3.0 CSL 1974. The BMW E9 requires no introduction. Its 3.0 CSL variant is one of the most successful races in history, and its silhouette is arguably one of the most beautiful coupes ever created. The design is perfectly resolved, featuring subtle, clean lines, a lost art in today's automotive world. Its early pillarless design allows for uninterrupted lines with the windows down, adding to its elegance even in summer. BMW's strongest era of design language shines through in the E9, with perfectly proportioned kidney grilles, twin lamps, and the signature Hofmeister kink. This particular example stands out thanks to an extensive restoration by the current owner, who invested £120,000 in the process. The meticulous restoration is evident upon close inspection. The full body has been restored, and the interior upgraded with luxurious leather by SM trimming. The engine and 5-speed gearbox have been rebuilt and uprated, along with the differential, brakes, and suspension, making the CSI not only as fast as a CSL, but potentially faster. The interior exudes opulence, with the sumptuous scent of new leather adding to its allure. Number 23. McLaren F1 1994. The McLaren F1 is a rare supercar that has garnered universal acclaim. Its aesthetic appeal, technical brilliance, and competition record are unmatched, making it a symbol of automotive perfection. Such perfection in design is often the result of a singular vision, and for the F1, that vision belonged to Gordon Murray. A former Brabham Formula One designer, Murray was recruited by McLaren in 1987 with an extraordinary directive from McLaren boss Ron Dennis to create the perfect production sports car without any limitations. In 2004, the F1 was acquired by a well-regarded marque collector based in Singapore, who drove it sparingly over the next 3 years. The car was meticulously garaged alongside the owner's other F1, showcasing the dedication and passion of its custodian. F1 Service Program Manager Harold Dermott praised the owner in a letter to the consignor, highlighting the care and respect the car received. Number 22. Jaguar XK120 1948. The Jaguar XK120, a sports car produced by Jaguar from 1948 to 1954, marked the company's return to sports car manufacturing since the SS100 ceased production in 1940. Debuting at the 1948 London Motor Show in open two-seater or roadster form, the XK120 was initially conceived as a test bed and show car for Jaguar's new XK engine. The display model, the first prototype with chassis number 660,001, closely resembled the eventual production cars, save for the straight Abbott pillars of its windscreen, which were curved in the final version. The Roadster created a sensation at the show, compelling Jaguar founder and design head William Lyons to greenlight its production. The first 242 units, starting in 1948, featured wood-framed open two-seater bodies with aluminum panels. In early 1950, production transitioned to an all-steel body, adding 112 pounds, 51 kilograms, to the car's weight. The 120 in XK120 referred to its top speed of 120 miles per hour, 193 kilometers/f, making it the world's fastest production car at the time of its launch. Notably, in 1949, the first production Roadster, with chassis number 670,003, was delivered to Hollywood star Clark Gable. Number 21. Cord 812-1937. The introduction of the Cord at the New York Auto Show in 1935 was groundbreaking, redefining luxury and performance during the challenging times of the Great Depression. Trailblazing aviatrix Amelia Earhart saw a reflection of her own spirit in the 1937 Cord 812 Phaeton convertible and made it her own. With its distinctive louvered wraparound grille, known as the coffin nose, and its low, sleek profile, the Cord could have become legendary on its looks alone. However, its enduring visual appeal was deeply rooted in innovative engineering. The Cord's front-wheel drive, a first for the American automotive industry, eliminated the need for a drive shaft beneath the passenger compartment, allowing the roof to sit just 5 feet off the ground. Earhart's affinity for the Cord may have been partly due to its airplane-like styling. Number 20. BMW 507-1956. BMW introduced their 507 Roadster in 1956, initially intended to be based on the BMW 501 platform. The creation of the 507 was largely driven by the urging of Bentley's American importer. However, due to high development costs, a steep price tag, and limited market interest, the 507 struggled commercially. BMW had hoped to sell 5,000 units annually, but by the end of production, only 252 examples were built. Today, the BMW 507 has become highly collectible. Its rarity, V8 engine, and stunning design have elevated it to legendary status. Many modern BMW models, such as the BMW Z8, draw styling cues from the iconic 507. Number 19. Ferrari TR 250 1957. The Ferrari 250 Testarossa 250 TR, unveiled at the end of the 1957 racing season, marked a pivotal moment in automotive history. Ferrari adapted to the new regulations for the Le Mans and World Sports Car Championships in 1958, which limited engine displacements to 3 liters. From 1957 to 1961, Ferrari's relentless pursuit of innovation led to dramatic evolutions in the 250 TR design. Each car's unique history and configuration became more significant than its production year, reflecting a bespoke approach to automotive excellence. With only 33 original 250 TRs built, the presence of at least 46 today highlights stories of rebirth and restoration, underscoring the enduring allure of these automotive masterpieces. The recreation process involved meticulous CAD design and handcrafting of aluminum body panels, culminating in vehicles that not only echo the past, but also embrace modern performance enhancements. The early Finch cars featured engines with higher displacement than the originals, such as a 4.4-liter twin-cam Ferrari V12 paired with a 6-speed GE-Type 8-gauge transmission. Number 18. Porsche 911 Targa 2019. The 2019 Porsche 911 Targa 4 is equipped with Porsche Stability Management (PSM), an automatic control system that helps maintain stability at the limits of dynamic driving performance. The engine generates 370 HP and a maximum torque of 325 pound-feet, available from as low as 1,700 revolutions per minute. For enhanced safety, the Targa 4 features 4 sensors in the rear that provide audible alerts for obstacles behind the vehicle, along with 4 additional sensors at the front. Park Assist supplements these features with a visual warning on the central display screen, showing a graphical representation of the vehicle from overhead. The Targa 4's roof system is fully automatic, innovative, and extremely robust. It operates while the vehicle is stationary and closes in about 20 seconds, folding behind the rear seats with elegance and precision. Number 17. Aston Martin DB9 2004. The first car to be built in Aston Martin's new factory at Gaben in Warwickshire was the 2+2 DB9, a direct successor to the DB7. Aston Martin deemed the new car such a significant advancement over its predecessor that they decided a straightforward sequential numbering, such as DB8, would be inappropriate. The DB9 was an entirely new design, developed from the ground up as the result of a million-mile test program. Prototypes were tested in diverse locations, including Death Valley in the USA, the Arctic Circle in Sweden, and the high-speed test track at Nardo in Italy. Additional testing occurred at Ford's renowned Lommel Proving Ground in Belgium and at the Volvo Crash Test Safety Center in Sweden. Number 16. Ferrari Dyno 246 GT 1969. The Dyno 246 GT was an evolution of the Dyno 206 GT, featuring a larger V6 engine and a wheelbase extended by 60 millimeters. While the design remained nearly identical to its predecessor, it had a longer engine cover and a repositioned fuel cap. The car was a commercial success, with 3 series produced during its lifespan, and high demand persisted even when production ceased in 1973 to 1974. An USA market version was introduced at the end of 1971, distinguishable by its vertical indicator lights in the nose panel and rectangular side marker lights on the front and rear wings. The 246 GTS model, featuring a removable black roof panel, debuted in the spring of 1972 at the Geneva show. This variant also lacked rear quarter windows, replaced by a plain metal saddle panel with 3 rectangular cabin exhaust air slots. Late in the production run, wider Campagnolo wheels with a different design from the standard Cromodoro ones were offered, accompanied by flared wheel arches and Daytona pattern seats. These seats featured a more elaborate stitch pattern with thin horizontal bars in the centers, earning the package the nickname chairs and flares. Number 15. Ford GT40 1966. The 1966 Ford GT40 stands as a legendary racing sports car that has left a lasting impact on the automotive world with its exceptional design and performance. Developed specifically to challenge Ferrari's dominance at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, the GT40 series was engineered with a singular goal: to outperform the Italian racing cars that had been reigning supreme. Powered by a naturally aspirated 7.0-liter V8 engine, the 1966 GT40 delivers 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque. This formidable engine is mated to a 4-speed manual transmission, ensuring smooth and precise gear changes. With a 0 to 16 time of just 4.0 seconds and a top speed of 200 miles per hour. Number 14. Citroën DS 1955. The Citroën Traction Avant was a pioneer in automotive technology, but it was the 1955 Citroën DS that truly set new standards. The DS introduced a range of groundbreaking features that were well ahead of its time, including height-adjustable hydro-pneumatic suspension, hydraulic servo brakes, a semi-automatic gearbox, power steering, front disc brakes, and steering headlamps. Remarkably, many of these innovations have only recently become widespread. Today, the DS is widely regarded by automotive historians as one of the most technologically advanced, mass-produced cars of its era. Unveiled at the 1955 Paris Motor Show, after a decade of secret development, the DS's revolutionary design left spectators in awe. Its space-age appearance seemed almost futuristic, arriving a full 6 years before humans ventured into space. Designed by Flaminio Bertoni, who had also worked on the Traction Avant and the 2CV, the DS showcased Bertoni's design genius. Its shock-like profile, sharp nose, and toe-drop shape were engineered for minimal aerodynamic drag, setting it apart from other saloon cars of its time. Number 13. Ferrari 250 GTO 1962. A new record has been set for the most expensive Ferrari, and it's yet another 250 GTO. This remarkable 1962 model was auctioned by R.M. Sotheby's for a staggering $51,705,000, surpassing previous record sales of the legendary marque. Notably, it outstripped the $48.4 million sale of another 250 GTO at the 2018 Monterey auction, the $35.8 million fetched by Sterling Moss's 1957 335S in 2016, and the $38 million garnered for a 250 GTO in Monterey back in 2014. Sotheby's has classified this car as a 250 GTO, its unique history as the only 1962 GTO that raced for Scuderia Ferrari. The car made its competitive debut at the Nürburgring 1000 km in May 1962, where it achieved a commendable first place in its class and second overall. Following its racing stint, it was sold to an Italian privateer who had Ferrari replace its original 4.0-liter engine with a 3.0-liter V12, paired with a 5-speed gearbox, which remains in the vehicle today. Number 12. Bugatti Type 57 Atlantic 1938. The Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic stands as one of the most legendary models from the original Bugatti era. Renowned for its elegant coupe lines and distinctive dorsal seam running from front to back, the 57 SC Atlantic's design was inspired by the 1935 Aerolith concept. While the Aerolith used Electron composite for its body panels, the 57 SC Atlantics were built with plain aluminum. The name Atlantic was a tribute to John Bugatti's aviator friend Jen Mermoz, who tragically disappeared on a transatlantic flight. The S in 57 SC stands for surbaissé or lowered, reflecting the car's lowered stance, while the C signifies compresteur, indicating the addition of a supercharger to meet customer demands for increased power. Beneath the iconic long bonnet, the 57 SC Atlantic housed a 3.3-liter inline-8 engine, producing 197 horsepower, propelling the coupe to speeds over 125 miles per hour. Number 11. Ferrari 275 GTB 1964. The 1964 Ferrari 275 GTB/C stands as a pinnacle of automotive elegance, power, and performance. Revered as one of Ferrari's most coveted creations, this sports car was engineered to tackle formidable racing challenges and emerged as one of the most successful GT cars of its time. Featuring a sleek, aerodynamic design and compact dimensions, the 275 GTB/C is distinguished by its lightweight aluminum body, weighing just 1,200 kilograms. Under the long bonnet lies a 3.3-liter V12 engine, producing 320 HP at 7,500 revolutions per minute, enabling the car to accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds and reach a top speed of 160 miles per hour. Its engine, equipped with a single overhead camshaft per cylinder bank and 6 Weber carburetors, delivers a distinctive and thrilling engine note. The car's handling is further enhanced by a suspension system with double wishbones, coil springs, and telescopic dampers at all 4 corners, while its braking system features disc brakes with 4 piston calipers in the front and 2 piston calipers in the rear, ensuring stable and precise control. Number 10. Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing. The 1954 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing marked a pivotal moment in automotive history, captivating sports car enthusiasts with its distinctive design and remarkable performance. The origins of this iconic model trace back to the United States, where U.S. importer Maximilian Hoffman famously advocated for a standout Mercedes-Benz sports car. His persuasion led Daimler-Benz's board of management to approve a production version of the acclaimed 300 SL racing sports car. Just 5 months later, in February 1954, the 300 SL W198 made a striking debut at the International Motor Sports Show in New York. This groundbreaking sports car combined elegance with innovation, being the first production passenger vehicle to feature direct fuel injection, enhancing both power and efficiency. Number 9. Aston Martin Vanquish 2001. Founded in 1913 by Robert Bamford and Lionel Martin, Aston Martin is a British manufacturer renowned for its luxurious, high-performance cars. The marque stands as one of the most iconic automotive brands globally, celebrated for the luxury and sophistication inherent in its vehicles. The second-generation Vanquish, introduced in 2012, was built on Aston Martin's existing V8 platform, the same architecture used for the DB9. Designed by Marek Reichman and manufactured at the Gaydon facility, the V8 platform Vanquish succeeded the discontinued DBS V12. In 2017, Aston Martin launched the Vanquish S, featuring a more powerful engine and enhanced aerodynamics. This second-generation Vanquish was eventually succeeded by the DBS Superleggera in 2018. Number 8. Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato 1962. The DB4 GT and DB4 GT Zagato are two of the most valuable and collectible cars in Aston Martin's history, cherished by owners and enthusiasts alike. With a combined production volume of just 100 examples, these cars have fetched over £1 million at auction. Serving as precursors to the iconic DB5, the DB4 GT and DB4 GT Zagato played a crucial role in defining many of the design cues still used by Aston Martin today. Unveiled in October 1959 at the London Motor Show, the DB4 GT featured a shorter chassis, faired-in headlamps, and an uprated engine with 3 Weber carburetors, making it equally at home on both road and track. Weighing 85 kilograms less than the DB4, the DB4 GT was raced extensively by many famous drivers of the day. Aston Martin produced 75 touring-body DB4 GTs, including several lightweight versions specifically designed for racing, showcasing the car's superb capabilities. Number 7. AC Cobra 289-1962. The 1962 Shelby Cobra remains an automotive game-changer, renowned for its impact on the sports car world. Carroll Shelby revolutionized the industry with the introduction of the CSX 2000 Cobra, taking the AC Ace chassis, fitting it with a new small-block Ford engine, and re-engineering it to handle the additional power. Weighing only 2,020 pounds, the Cobra easily outperformed competitors like Jaguar, Chevrolet, Porsche, and Aston Martin. After its racing prime, the Cobra became one of the most sought-after collectibles by an American manufacturer. In 2012, to honor this legacy, Shelby American released a limited edition of 50 special Cobras commemorating the 50th anniversary of the Roadster's debut. Part of the CSX 8000 series of continuation slab-side Shelby Cobra Roadsters, each was painted a rich black color with custom red interiors. CSX 8966 is one of these exclusive 50 Shelby Cobras. It features 50th anniversary badges on the fenders and hood, an anniversary badge on the steering wheel, and 50th anniversary floor mats. Number 6. 1935 Alfa Romeo 8C 2900. The Alfa Romeo 8C 2900B was crafted with a dual purpose: to continue Alfa's dominance in Italy's Mille Miglia race and to replace the 8C 2300 with a new production model. This balance of competition and practicality was executed with unmatched finesse. The 2900B's chassis came from Alfa's latest Grand Prix car, and it featured a similarly supercharged GP-derived engine. In the 1936 Mille Miglia, 3 2900 cars were entered and finished in succession, showcasing their prowess. From 1937 to 1939, slightly more than 32,900Bs were produced, available in two versions: the 112-inch wheelbase Quarto and the 8-inch longer Lungo. Several long wheelbase models were built in 1938, including one displayed at the Paris Automobile Salon that fall. Its first owner remains unknown, but its second owner, Angelo Biemi, hid the car on his Iseo estate during the war. Number 5. 1963 Porsche 911. The original Porsche 911 debuted at the 1963 Frankfurt Motor Show as the Type 901, succeeding the popular 356 with a new interpretation of the sports car concept. It featured a low silhouette, timeless yet modern design, a 6-cylinder rear-mounted engine, and an agile suspension setup that balanced day-to-day usability with reliability. However, upon its launch in 1964, Peugeot's trademark on number sequences with a 0 in the middle necessitated a name change, and Porsche renamed it the 911. Production of the 901 began on September 14, 1964, and soon after, the car was officially rebranded. The base price was set at 21,900 Deutschmarks. The first 911 featured an air-cooled 6-cylinder boxer engine generating 130 pounds, allowing it to reach 210 km/h, significantly faster than a VW Beetle 1200 standard, which had 30 pounds and a top speed of 112 km/h. In 1965, Porsche introduced the 4-cylinder 912, followed by the 911s, with 160 pounds a year later. That autumn, the 911 Targa made its debut with a distinctive stainless steel rollover bar, marking it as the first truly safety-conscious cabriolet in the world. Recognizing the advantages of diversification, Porsche offered various models to its global customer base. Number 4. Ferrari 288 GTO 1984. Unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show in March 1984, the Ferrari GTO sparked a wave of enthusiasm. Named after the legendary 250 GTO of the mid-1960s, it featured stunning Pininfarina styling, a powerful engine, and innovative composite materials, making it the closest thing to a racing car Ferrari had ever produced for the road. Common law suggests the 288 GTO was designed for the now-defunct Group B rallying category, with a limited run of 200 cars to satisfy homologation requirements. However, according to Ferrari engineer Nicola Materazzi, The project predated Group B regulations and was born out of Enzo Ferrari's concern that his road cars had lost their competitive edge. Regardless, the GTO never raced due to the cancellation of Group B for safety reasons. Despite this, the car caused such a sensation at its Geneva debut that it sold out immediately, even before production began. Either buyer even paid 20,000 Swiss francs for a document promising him number 201 if it were built, and he was in luck as Ferrari ultimately produced 272 GTOs between 1984 to 86. Dealerships received only one example each and had to handpick customers approved by Ferrari. These cars often sold for well above their asking price, a bargain compared to their current value as highly prized collectibles. The GTO captivated the imagination, despite its visual similarity to other series production models of the time. Its Pininfarina-designed body was crafted using traditional methods, with designers taking their preliminary sketches straight to the workshop, bypassing the then nascent computer-aided design. Number 3. Ferrari 250 GTO SWB 1959. The Ferrari 250 GT SWB Berlinetta 1959 epitomizes the pinnacle of 1950s automotive engineering, embodying Ferrari's renowned design, performance, and craftsmanship. Powered by a 3.0-liter Colombo V12 engine producing 280 horsepower, the car channels this power through a 4-speed manual transmission. Its lightweight aluminum bodywork, featuring a short wheelbase, optimizes handling and maneuverability while enhancing its aesthetic appeal. Advanced suspension components, including an independent front suspension with unequal length A-arms and coil springs, and a live axle rear suspension with semi-elliptic springs, provide exceptional stability and handling during high-speed cornering. Additionally, state-of-the-art disc brakes on all 4 wheels ensure excellent stopping power, a crucial safety feature for this high-performance classic. Number 2. Lamborghini Miura 1970. It's the fastest car we've ever driven on the road, at 168 miles per hour. There are others. The new Aston Martin DBS V8, the Ferrari 365 GTB/4. That will give it some competition, but until we've driven these, we give it the honor of fastest on the road, declared Road and Track in their first test of a Miura P400S in April 1970. The definitive supercar of the 60s, the Miura remains the original supercar, setting the template and inspiring all subsequent Latin exotica. Frequently voted the sexiest car of all time, the Miura needs little introduction. This particular 1970 Miura P400S is almost unique. Initially delivered via Swiss agent Voitech in May 1970, it was purchased by our client's father on 16 December 1977 with just 9,800 kilometers on the odometer. It has since covered only an additional 9,000 kilometers and remains unrestored yet carefully maintained, with matching numbers and its charismatic Scane Nero interior intact. The Miura P400 debuted at Geneva in 1966 to immediate acclaim, but early models were essentially works in progress. Continuous improvements were necessary to productionize the car and enhance its usability. In late 1968, Lamborghini introduced the updated VES version for Spinto or tuned at the Turin show. Number 1. Jaguar E-Type Series 1961. In March 1961, Jaguar E-Type made history when the hand-built 77 RW was driven from Coventry to Geneva for its debut alongside 9,600 HP at the Motor Show. This event sparked unprecedented feelings of passion and British pride. 60 years later, Jaguar Classic commemorates this iconic unveiling with 6 matched pairs of E-Type restorations inspired by 9,600 HP and 77 RW. These restorations include an exclusive Coventry to Geneva driving experience for their new owners. Derived from the D-Type, with influences from the XKSS and the prototype entered by Briggs Cunningham at Le Mans in 1960, the E-Type is exceptionally fast and stable. It's a car that stands out as one of the most desirable we've tested in a long time. The initial impression upon taking over this car, it's hard to articulate. It's stunning from every angle. Many who saw it in person for the first time remarked that previous pictures failed to capture its true beauty. Thank you, respected viewers. I need your support. Please subscribe this channel for our motivation.